Hi everybody. Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. We're doing well here in Florida post-hurricane. We are doing well. And I hope I can get this video posted soon, but the only thing we're out of is internet. We don't have internet right now, but I'm sure they'll have it going before too long. We never ran out of power, but our yard is like decorated with fallen trees and down branches, but we never lost our power. The next door neighbors lost their power. They're running off a generator. And my daughter run out of her little RV. She has no power because a tree took out her power line. And but she's at the hospital anyway. She has to, I don't know when they'll let her come home. She works in the ER, and so she has to, everyone that works in the ER has to be at the ER, and they stay there. She called me last night when she was, because she still runs her 12-hour shift, and then she's off for 12 hours, so they actually had made the room that her and her roommate were in was actually an x-ray room, and they had their blow-up mattresses in there, and they had food and everything. They was just having a party, I'm telling you. I said, I'm gonna call 911, tell them I'm having chest pains, just so I can come up there and party with you all. But no, I didn't. But anyhow, I did stay. I stayed busy making these flowers. I love making these flowers. And so I just kind of want to show you how, and I've made 4 of them. I think that's, yeah, just 4. This is the first 4 flowers that I made. Now, and I'm going to show you kind of how I go about this. I've got just my bin here of wool scraps. This is my bin of wool scraps. And so I start, and this is just so simple. Okay, maybe I'll start with this square here. Then I'm going to want to have, let's see, a larger. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to cut a piece of this. And I don't really measure. I just kind of do whatever I think might work. I wonder if I want to use this black, because I think I want to, yeah, I do. I want to use this black, and I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to put this in the middle. I'll cut off a little piece of that, and then like on this one here, I didn't even put everything straight like that. I cattywampused them. I'll cattywampus this one too. Cattywampus, cattywampus, cattywampus. That's what I'm going to do right there. Then I made the petals, the flower petals. Let me show you the biggest one. I've got 8 petals that I cut on here. 8 petals. And where I got this inspiration for this one was from Jeri Bellini. I watched her make one, and hers wasn't exactly like this. Hers was similar to this. And so, I just, now I'll throw this piece over here in my little pile of scraps. That's my little pile of scraps. I'm going to use them. Okay, and then, and yeah, so that's where I got this idea. Uh-oh, here's your pad right there, sweetie. Okay, you're welcome.
Oh, I think what's this? Oh, pink one. We have it.
No, pink phone won't come on right now.
Aww.
Because the internet's out. You want me to open these for you? Here you go. Here's your fruit snacks. There you go, sweetie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now. And then I'll take one of these. I want all my petals to be a different color. And so I'm just getting them sort of the same, but not exactly the same. And they're like a teardrop. That's what they're like. And I want to get 8 of those. And so I'm going to pick 8 different colors. Although you don't have to have 8 different colors. One of them, this one I made with only, see the 4 I had that little brownish color, and then 4 I had that off-whitish color. So I made that one with just all kind of the same. And so these ones are going to be all different. And so, and all of the petals aren't even all the same size. They're a little different here and there and everywhere. Okay, so then, okay, now I want to tell you, now, like I say, I got the inspiration from Jeri Bellini. One thing also with Jeri Bellini is I learned something. And I am not the brightest bulb in the tree. I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more petal. And okay, let's just get that right there. Okay, that one's pretty small. I got 8 petals there now. Oh, and then I need one little circle. And so it really doesn't matter what color I make this circle because I'll probably cover it up. But here's enough on this piece to make a circle. Just so I can have a starting off point. So I'll put that circle right there. But I want to tell you, I learned about the word plagiarism from Jeri. I've heard that word before, but I'm telling you, I didn't go to college and I barely made it through high school. And so I've heard the word, but didn't really know what it was. And so now I know that plagiarism is, some people will go, like for instance in our crafting community, they'll go and they'll see a flower made like this. And they'll watch it and they'll see exactly how it's made. And then they will go on their own channel and they'll say, look at what I invented. I invented this flower. Well, then that's plagiarism because you didn't invent it. You copied it from someplace else. Well, I guess she has been bothered by that. People have come up with things that they say they come up with on their own, and they weren't their own. It was hers. And so she gets her feelings hurt. She says, like, she goes, when I put something up, when I put up something that I'm doing, I'm putting it up to inspire others. But she said it just hurts my feelings when I don't get acknowledged that that's where they learned it from. And I understand that totally. I totally understand that. And so now in my craft, I think if you've been watching me for a while, I always say that I don't come up with anything on my own. I have learned everything I know. I've learned from a book, or I've learned, what am I doing here? From a book, or I've learned from another video or something. But and then I didn't know how to link the person's, I know how to put a link up, but I didn't know the at and whatever. I didn't know that, so I know that now. The at thing, put the at in the person, like for when I put this video up, because I was inspired by Jeri Bellini, I will put at Jeri Bellini in the description box, and that way she will see it and she will know that I explained that I was inspired by her. Now I'm changing mine a little bit. I'm not doing exactly like she did, but this is still where I was inspired. And so I learned that. So no, that doesn't go there. I learned that from Jeri Bellini, and that is, and I want to give her, and I do try to, I got a bad memory. And so a lot of times I'll see something on a video, and then I'll say, oh, I saw this on a video, but then I don't remember whose it was. And so I know now that I'm going to write myself a little note. So if I see something and I want to try that myself, and I do, then I'm going to definitely give credit where credit is due, because that's the only fair thing to do. Because if I ever did invent something, I wouldn't want somebody to claim it as theirs. I think that would hurt my feelings, but I haven't invented anything. So I one time was watching somebody that she came up with a fold of a binding for a journal, and she got a patent on it. And if anybody uses this binding, then you have to let her know first. And so and then you buy something from her, you buy permission or something. I don't know, I don't remember. But the funny thing was, I had an old book that was about bookmaking from years ago for journal making and stuff, and it had that same binding in it, and that was made before she was born. So a lot of times I have thought I come up with something, and I'll put it up on my because it did just come into my head, and then somebody might put a comment, said, oh, I seen so and so make that, and then I'll go watch so and so did make that. And so I know sometimes something will just jump in my head, but it jumped in somebody else's head first. So it's kind of hard to claim anything, in my opinion. And but still, even if it is something that somebody else has done even before, like if I learned something from Jane Doe, but Jane Doe learned it from somebody else, I will say, I learned it from Jane Doe, or I was inspired by Jane Doe. That's what I would do. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I put the first petal on, and I'm stitching through all 1, 2, 3, 4. I just did the same thing again that I did before, and have to start. Oh, good grief. I gotta pull the seal. See, if I'm trying to talk serious talk, and then stitch at the same time, I mess up. Okay, now I gotta rethread this needle again. But yes, I'm basically on here because I want you all to know that we're fine. We had everything ready to. We were prepared, and Billy had things tied down outside. Garbage cans tied to the chain link fence. He had the trampoline tied to the tree. And we sat out. I said, why can't I do anything and talk at the same time? Can't even thread this needle. Oh, I see. I got it all tangled up in there. Just a minute. Let me get this let me be quiet while I rethread this needle. Okay, throw that piece of thread. Oh, don't throw that away. That's going to go right there. Okay. But yeah, we sat out on the front porch. Oh my gosh, the sound of those winds going through the trees was eerie. I mean, eerie. It sounded like we were watching a Alfred Hitchcock movie. Okay, now I'm going to just go around the petal. I'm stitching through all, and I'm just doing like a little running stitch or a seed stitch you can do. However, just a running stitch that I'm going to go around this petal. And this, you know, this wool that I'm using, the needle goes through it so easily. And I have had a couple people that mentioned in the comments that they would do this, but they're highly allergic to wool. And so I feel bad for you if you're highly allergic to wool, because this is so much fun. But then I'm thinking there's other fabrics that you could use too. I have some like pieces of upholstery fabric samples, and I think those would work nicely too. And but doing these, you can use any kind of a fabric, but flannel would be nice and soft to do. So many things. Okay, so now I put that one petal on. Now I'm going to put this other petal directly across from it. Now, Jeri did hers where she did this one, then the one next to it, and all the way around, one at a time. And I don't feel like I could do that good, that I wouldn't end up with them all in a circle. I feel like I would end up with one of them here and the last one be somewhere in next week. And so that's why I do mine this way. And so I'll do the first 4, and then I'll do the second 4 where they're actually on top. So, and most of you have probably heard of Jeri Bellini. She's got quite a few followers. And so, but Jeri Bellini, and definitely I'll have her posted below this video, but she does so many things. One thing she does a lot of is eco-dyeing. She does eco-dyeing. She works with, and her husband does crafting as well. And so, and between them, they make an awesome couple. Okay, so now I got those two on opposite from one another, and so I'll put that one in between. And I'll get that. And this goes really quickly. Really quickly. What I call quickly anyway, you know. I'm old. Everything goes kind of slow. But so pretty, so pretty. And I think by the time I get these, I get tired of making flowers. Then I'll have enough flowers to do a whole page spread in my book with just flowers. Some of them I put a button in the middle here, and this one has got a button in the middle. And some of them I just put another circle in the middle, and that one I don't have anything in the middle. Except the first. Now see, I did that wrong again too. Got to rethread my needle. Instead of going in and out, I go in and around. You're not supposed to go around, Elizabeth Marie. Telling you. See how my mind just shuffles? Does the 2-step shuffle? That's what happens. So this morning, we have a neighbor with a tractor and a front end loader, and he was going around the neighborhood to see who he could help, because there's a lot of damage. I don't think to houses actually, but I don't know for sure. But a lot of like tree limbs and things are down, and like we had a tree blocking our driveway, and so the guy moved the tree out of the driveway. Okay, see, so there, now I've got 1, 2, 3, and so then I'm going to go across the street here and then put that 4th one in. And so then when I have those 4 in there evenly spaced, then when I put the other 4 on, then they'll be done right. Or now this is art. When you're doing art, you see, I was always into perfection at one time of my life. But boy, did I get over that. I certainly got over that. And then I learned that free to be me was amazingly free to be me. I'm telling you. And because I used patterns, read the directions, and did everything just perfect. And I certainly have gotten out of that idea. There, see, now I got those 4 in there. So then I'm going to take number 5, and it's going to go right in between those 2. So it kind of overlaps them too. And then you got to... I don't have a real sharp needle here because I don't need it's kind of a blunt point because it goes through this wool so easily. And so I don't know. I don't think this wool has ever been felted. I think it's just wool. And so I think once it's felted, I think I read somewhere that or heard somebody see, that's how I do, that it's harder to get the needle through once it's been felted. And so I know for just felt, period, the felt you buy at the Walmart, that's not wool. I know some of that is real hard to get through. Feels like some of it has that, what do you call it? Some kind of screen. That's not the word, but something, spleen, spine. There's something in it, like is in some polyfill and stuff, just to keep it. Just when they make it, and it's almost like a metal thing. I mean, I don't think it's metal, but that's just the word that come out of my mouth. But it's hard to get a needle through it. And so you need a real sharp needle. But this here, and because my petals aren't exactly the same, it just gives it, I think it just gives it a primitive look. I love primitive anything. And even using the wool, the colors that you get in the wool, it's just not like something you can just go buy at the store or something. I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe I'm talking out of my hat. But, see there? Okay, now I'm already at my last petal. See, I had 3 of them top ones in. See how quickly that goes? And it's just pretty. I just love it. I just love it. And it's just, so this will make my number 5 flower that I've made. And so, and I love that I get inspiration from other creators because, you know, there's so many ideas that are simple ideas, but you just don't think of them on your own. And so, there, see? So now that flower is all on there. So now what I want to do is see, as you can see, like on here, then I went around this one has 2 pieces, and I went around the first one and then around the second one. Now if I was to be sewing this right to the page, I wouldn't have done the outside, but I'm only tacking them on the corners, so that's why I went all the way around the outside edge too with the whip stitch and my signature thread, which I gotta order some more. I was gonna order some more the other day, and then I said, oh no, I better not, just in case we don't have a mailbox for them to put it in after the storm. Well, we still have a mailbox, so now I can order it. I think I can anyway. But see, now I'm just going to go around the black piece. I just love this color thread. It's a sashiko thread is kind of a heavyweight thread, and you can get it in a multitude of colors, but I like the multicolored. I just like it, and I've never bought it in anything else but the multicolored. And so I'll see if I can find a link to this thread too. I buy it at the Amazon. And but see, once you put the stitching around the outside like that, then that just, especially the black, isn't that pretty on the black? And I don't worry about getting my stitches all equal, or I don't want them equal. I want this to look handmade. I want it to look rustic. I want it to look primitive. And that's what I'm getting with doing these little wool projects, is they definitely look rustic and primitive. Maybe like I found them in a dump somewhere. Well, not that bad, I don't know. But I just have so much fun with this. And yeah. And so I'm almost out of thread on this one needle, and so then I'll go and rethread. But I want to show you now, if you don't mind staying just a little bit longer. Oh, I think I got enough thread to go all the way around that black. I think I can. Now the corner of this, I'll attach it to the green too, so. Just enough. Yeah. So that went around the black. Now I'll still go around the green. And I may put a button in the middle of that too. But that's another, but then I want to show you, look at this as my scraps. These are my scraps that I've cut off of stuff. So now, what I want to do is, oh, I got that one. I can't. Okay, you can see this one. This is a bunch of scraps on this one. That one's already tacked down. This one's tacked down. Oh, this one's a bunch of scraps. I don't have that one tacked down yet. That's a bunch of scraps. And so, on something like this, you just don't even throw the scraps away. You just keep them scraps like they're golden. Like they're the golden touch. I think what I'll do here is, let's see. I'm gonna take, sure, do I want that to be, ooh, yeah, that's what I want. Look at there. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. So see, first I got my 2 pieces of fabric and put them together. The nice thing about this wool is it holds together really well. And so then what I want to do is I'm going to start taking these little scraps. I'm going to use all these little scraps. And I'm going to just start putting them on here. Well, let me just, here. And these are just the scraps now. These are just the scraps. And so, most of these had a leaf cut out of them. And just layer them up, making sure I get part of the scrap right in the center there, because that's where I'm going to attach them. And now just get all them little scraps in there. Just put them in there like they're supposed to live there. And I'm not worried about, see, I had that little piece of thread and put that in there. And I'm going to get this little piece. See, I cut a leaf out of that. Well, we're going to put that right there. And so you get all of these fibers. All of these different pieces. I could have probably made 2 out of this one, but I'm going to make me a big fat one. I'm going to roll me a big fat one right here. Put that thread there. These ones are kind of small, but they're okay. Okay, you know what I think I want to... Got them all in there. Just get them every bit in there. Okay, I got every bit in there. You know what I think I want to do? Oh, look at there. I have this scrap, and I'm going to put this scrap right on the top. Okay, now I have to thread my needle. Let's see if I can do that without wrecking anything. And we're going to thread that needle. Thank you, thread, for going through that needle for me so nicely, not giving me any trouble. Now I'm just going to hang on to all them pieces that I piled up there. And I am just going to stitch go around that stuff. And because this book is going to be a touchy-feely texture kind of a book, then this is going to be awesome. And so I'm just holding all them pieces there so they don't jump ship. And let me see if we can get this. Make these stitches. They not only go around the grouping, but they also, I will also stitch like in and out a bit right here down the center too, so that they don't pull out of the sides. I want them to stay connected. All right, now see? Now on this also, I'm going to do maybe a blanket stitch all the way around like this on this one as well. But let's see, I'm going to go into my button jar and I'm going to find, ooh, I like this big button. It's a shank. So we're going to go ahead and put that button right here in the center. See, this could be the exploding button. It looks like it's exploding. Okay, let me get another stitch through that shank. There it is. Pull that nice and get that button on there nice and tight. And see, now all those pieces are connected. I can't pull them out, but they're there and they're there and ready for fiddling with. Just ready for fiddling with. And then maybe what I would do here, let me get this needle over to this corner. And maybe here I would find on this particular one, maybe I'll find, let me see, I gotta get a button with a kind of the larger little holes in it, because so this needle will pass through. Let me see, will that pass through there? Yes. My needle's kind of a big one. And there, look, I can put a button on there, right there, as another little embellishment. And then maybe oops, well, that one went in the floor. That one's not going in there. Oh, here's a cloth button. Let me put that one in here. Let me put that one over here. And so you just go with your bad self and get these things just however and whatever works. And they're just a small art. And so it doesn't take much to get it done. And maybe I wanted... Oh, I hear my little girl. And then here we can... I'll tie that off right there. And... There we go. And then I'll go... I might as well put buttons down here in the corner too. Since it looks like it's waiting... Looks like it's waiting for buttons. Should I put another white one over here? Sure. And should I put another clock over here? Sure. Okay, so
More cookies. More cookies. More cookies.
you got more? Oh. Okay, oops. Okay, sweetie, hang on. Excuse me, guys. I got to open these more cookies up for this little one. I'm the grandmother, so I don't have to say no. There you go. Here you go, sweetie. Okay. Now I pulled my thread out of the needle, so I'll put that back in there. How much time have I been on? 36 minutes. I sure hope I can get this uploaded today so everybody knows that we're happy and healthy and in one piece. I'm kind of looking forward to the internet get back on so I can see how the rest of the state fared. I'm sure there's been some people, especially along the coastline, that probably are having problems. I know they were yesterday, like all day, they were trying to make sure to get all the rubble down because there's piles and piles of rubble from Helene, the storm that went through a week prior. And so there was piles of that rubble, and so then they're trying to get that rubble contained so where that is not going to be also something slinging across the state. So boy, it's now I think the storm is probably over on the east coast of Florida. Maybe it's gone off. I'm not sure. Since we don't have internet, we can't keep up with where the storm is now. But hopefully everybody is well and happy. So look at how that one turned out. Now that, I have to admit, you have to admit that's art. I think that is art. And when you're putting it together in a journal such as this, and you're, this is real, true art. And so I was one who didn't claim as my crafts to be art at one time, because I thought I'm no artist. But this is artwork. When you do something like this, and when it comes to art, you don't have, there's no directions to follow. You just follow your heart. And see now, I can take this and go all the way around. And I'm just doing a slip, what do you call this stitch? Just a, yeah, I'm just putting this crazy stitch around until I run out of thread. Then I gotta put more thread in there. And, hi Papa, are you standing there?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go outside?
Yeah, I've been out there for a little bit. I had to come back in. I'm about to fall out.
What, were you out there working?
Uh,
You're not following directions. You're not supposed to be out there doing that stuff. The young ones are doing that stuff. And you're 79 years old. You're younger than an 80-year-old, but
80 years old.
no, you're not 80. You're 79, you're not 80. He always wants to say he's 80, and he's not 80. He'll be 80 in February. But he's 79.
81 in February.
You will not be 81 in February. You're going to be 80. Me and him have this discussion every day about his age. And I always win, but he won't admit that I win. Okay, sweet cheeks. But anyhow, okay, well, I'm going to leave it at this for right now. And so, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. That's with all the scraps that normally I would throw away. No more. And then which flower did I just make? Oh, I just made this flower. So I'm going to go around this edge too with the stitching, because my edges need to be stitched. See this one here, I put the little like a blanket stitch around. Not perfect, but, and this one a whip stitch. That one just a whip stitch around. But I love these flowers. I love them. And look, at just this right here is probably a whole page right there. And so anyway, let's see what the spirits have, our ancestors have to tell us today, because I'm sure they've got a message for us today, because we need messages like every day. I had a couple of my subscribers said in the comments, thank you for going back to the postcards from Spirit, because they like to hear them. And so I do too, and it's amazing how they just, you know, so many times they, oh, there it went. This is the one. Oh, two of them went down. So do I take this one or that one? That one went first. So, yeah. All right. And you never know. It might be the very same one I read yesterday. But if it is, then we need that. Okay, so let's see what this one has to say for us. Say to us. It says, Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, they're in order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized as your mind and physical reality. Oh, in your mind and physical reality. I don't have my glasses on. I don't see them here. You need to get rid of the clutter. Whether it is too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the part of the past or future instead. Focus on the now. Empty your mind. Clean your house and throw away any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have. Discern what you have. Sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit leaves a vacuum. Spirit, loves. I don't have my glasses on. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to Spirit free of distractions. You are adored by many. We hope you really know that. That is very good too, and I'm learning that. I am learning that lately I've been getting more and more organized with everything, in all tangible things, and it makes such a big difference. I'm seeing that. But also the things in your mind. Just, you know, there's so many things in your mind that you need to organize or just get rid of. You know, like the serenity prayer. I don't know exactly how that goes. I can never say that exactly through because I'm not a memorizer. Wisdom to know the difference. Never mind, I can't say it. But anyway, yes, just to organize. It just, and it's amazing how you can actually organize your mind. And that's what we need to do. So hopefully you all do some stitching, and hopefully maybe you even learned something. But let's see, what was that word? Plagiarism. Yeah, we do not want to do any plagiarism. Yeah, I wrote posting content and claiming it as your own. Yes, that's something we don't want to do. We give credit where credit is due. All right, even if you learned something from your grandma and your grandma is now in heaven, you still give your grandma that credit. Okay, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble, and I will see you on the next video. And remember, no matter how hard life gets, stay another day. God bless. And where's the mouse? There's the mouse right there. Okay. Bye-bye.